Welcome to the MIDEM Music Marketing Competition. Next up, I'm going to welcome to the stage Jeppe Kaltoft, who is the CEO and Executive Music Supervisor for Upright Music. Thank you. And Jeppe is going to present a case study on Matinique moments.
Excellent, thank you. I am Jeppe Kaltoft. I'm the founder, CEO, and executive music supervisor of Upright Music. Upright Music is one of the leading independent music companies in Scandinavia, specialized in music research and supervision, music clearance and representation of high-end production music labels. We're headquartered in Copenhagen and have offices in Oslo and Warsaw. And I'm here to present a project we did for one of our clients. The client is a Copenhagen-based ad agency, and the project was to do a project for a Danish fashion brand called Matinique. Matinique has a target group which is modern, urban men between 25 and 35 years. So the aim here was to create an image film to profile the brand and to add some more edge to it. And that should be done through a viral short film. And the idea here was to present Matinique's new collection for men, but do it in a very subtle, in a very delicate way, through making a 1-minute short film. And the short film was supposed to be done like in a very documentary, cinematic style, with a storyline showing a young man drifting around Las Vegas, Nevada. The film was shot and directed by young, talented Feldballe from Denmark. And we got the following music brief on this project. So the brief should support and emphasize the cinematic documentary style in the film, and capture the feeling of a Nevada adventure with a young American drifter. And based on that brief, my music research and supervision team came up with a lineup that we presented to our client. And when we got to into the editing stage of the film, it was very clear that there was kind of like one track that just stood out, that just synchronized so well to the images. And the final music choice here was a song called Turn the Other Cheek by composer, artist Julie Collins. And this track is from an American label called Hella Good Records. Yes, so I'll just show the final result to you here. Yeah, so this is what I would call pretty subtle, delicate advertising. And the film succeeded to create the intended image of the brand. This film has, since it's a viral campaign, obviously, it has been distributed and shared significantly on multiple online platforms and forums. And it has received quite a bit of acclaim for its visuals, for the music and for the style in several medias across the fashion, advertising, and creativity. So, yeah, that's...
Right, well, thank you very much. So just looking at that, the thing that occurred to me, so Matinique is a Danish fashion brand?
Yes.
So firstly, what was the thinking behind having a clearly very American film to complement a Danish fashion brand? Where did that idea come from?
Well, I mean, Matinique's aim has always been to go, like, to create an international brand, and that's in order to do that, you got to go out in the world, and Las Vegas, Nevada could be a good place to create like an international image.
And the brief about the idea of a young drifter. I mean, what I'm getting from that music is a sense of waiting for something to happen, almost kind of an aimlessness to it. Was that sort of very deliberate in the way the music was briefed?
Yeah, I mean, that was the feeling that was intended in the film, to kind of like have this very kind of slow feeling in it, like you're waiting for something, and to give it kind of like the cinematic feeling, kind of like a trailer in a way for something. There's been a story before, and you don't know what's going to happen next. So it's
there was definitely that sense. How do we feel about this?
Was the song selected a pre-existing master recording, or was it created specifically for the campaign?
No, this was an existing piece of music, and it's actually it's a song. Well, there's the lyrics on it, but for this project, obviously, we used the instrumental version of it. So, but it's a commercial release song. So it just
And did that bring any more attention to the artists themselves in their career?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the artist has got quite a bit of attention based on this film, and she's also, of course, using that to build her career, obviously. So yes.
And is Matinique doing anything after this film with the music or in the musical domain?
I mean, they haven't really been kind of like developing further on with this exact piece of music. I mean, they're launching new campaigns all the time. Based on the image of the brand.
So it was a one-on-one, just a track for the spot, and that's it?
Yes, right. That's correct.
What was your process getting to this track?
Well, I mean, we got the brief, we got the script, and based on that, we did the lineup. And of course, we went in different directions, but obviously we had to find a piece of music which had like a kind of like very quiet, slow feeling, and could kind of reflect the deserts of Nevada. But obviously, when you get into the editing stages, it turns out really quick what actually synchronizes well. So, and this song just stood out quite fast. So, in that process.
Did you reach out to labels and publishers for ideas, or did you guys come up with those
ideas?
No,
we came up with this piece of music. So yeah.
And as a 1-minute film, this was purely online?
That was purely online, right. And basically to support, printed catalog, online images, and they wanted to have like moving images added to that campaign.
And do you know to what extent it's increased the audience awareness of the brand, or even led to an uplift of product sales?
No, well, I don't really have that kind of information, unfortunately, and I suppose it's pretty hard to measure. But at least, I mean, it's spread out in all the a lot of fashion blogs around, so that it's created a lot of awareness. This film definitely, and when we look at it, on the blogs there's a lot of comments on the film, and both for the style and the visuals, music.
Do you know what number of views the film has had?
No, not exactly, because the film has kind of like been spread around many places, so it's kind of like it adds up from many different platforms, so we don't actually have the count on that one.
So. Is the use of the? I mean, is the use just limited to the film, or have the client done anything? Are they offering downloads or links or any sort of tie-in?
Yeah, I mean we haven't done any particular thing with downloads. I mean, the client got quite a few requests from people who like the track, and then we could direct them to the artist. So that's the way that it's been going through, basically.
How many songs did you present to the client before they got to that one?
For this one, the initial lineup was around 15 tracks.
And were you involved in the editing process of the actual song?
No, not directly. I mean, we submitted the lineup to the director, who is heavily involved in the editing process, and then this track came out. So.
Good, right. Well, thank you very much. That was Jeppe Kaltoft with the presentation of Matinique Moments. Big round of applause, please.